Hello, everyone. On July the 26th, there's going to be an exact Sun-Mars sextile. Sun is your ego development. It is the most important portion of a natal chart. It shows what you would like to become in this particular incarnation. The sign usually describes what you're striving towards, what you're building for yourself, characters, character traits, and potentials. And the house the sun is in is the sphere of life where you need to shine, where you need to develop. It's usually not an easy task, and it won't happen until the first Saturn return. So you actually start to grow into your sun house after that, and you might not even do it for a while because it might be quite unknown, and what is unknown is always not very easy to do. At the same time, the Mars is how you exercise your will. And in mundane charts, the sun is always the ruler or the event, or that again the most important portion of the chart. And the Mars is how you actually move around, what actually moves around in that particular space-time moment. So we can look at Mars and the Sun as the general, Mars, and the ruler, the king, the monarch, and their aspects always describe how what their relationship is. If you see a conjunction, that's a very, very strong character, even in water signs, or if you see a sextile or a trine or any of the quintile series, that is a very strong connection. In this case, the general and the ruler work together. And if it's a square or an opposition, it's quite challenging because then your will is usually acting against your ego development and causes all sorts of problems. On the 26th, we are having the sextile, so that's good. That means that the general and the ruler are working together and know how to work together. And in this case, that's the title I gave to this particular video, that the general serves its sovereign. It occurs in London at 3:32 a.m., so well before the sun rises. If you are up at 3:32 or any time in that morning before sunrise, you may see Mars and Jupiter. There will soon be a Mars-Jupiter conjunction, which is also quite interesting. In the London chart, Cancer is rising. The sun is in the second house, and there's a Pisces ruled midheaven. Pisces midheaven ruled by Neptune, which is also in the 10th. So that's a very strong position. And at the same time, you have a number of conjunctions. The Venus-Vesta conjunction is now separating, but still very tight. You can still focus on your well-being, your harmony, your love, your money, your finances. The Mercury just moved into Virgo and will be conjunct trans-Pluto and Astrea, which is still very, very close to each other, which means that you can actually break old embedded karma by channeling or dimension jump. The Lilith Pallas Athena conjunction is now separating. So the two strong feminine are moving forward, but kind of moving apart, but still, they are still there. And as you can see, the vertex, which is the point of no free will, is in the London chart on Lilith, revolt against injustice. Ceres is on the descendant, so you can actually focus on your loved one or your partner by nurturing him. This is a nice little touch. Here's Mars separating from Sedna. The Chiron Aries conjunction is applying. It's going to be soon conjunct. This is one of the main karmic astrological features of this year. And the moon is crossing over Aries moon, is crossing over the North Node. So we have another half a year before the node moves into Pisces, and we need to learn to fight. This is our task. So that both luminaries are in fire sign in this particular things. So the two fire planet, because the sun rules Leo and Mars rules Aries. So that the two fiery planets are linked in a space-time moment when both luminaries are in fire signs, and Mars, of course, rules the North Node and the Sun and Chiron Aries as well. So that's the main. Those are the main features of the London chart. There is a complex planetary picture with a number of little features here. Hygeia, sacred spaces, hygiene, nice attitude towards life, how you can actually complete a lifestyle where you don't get sick. That's what Hygeia represents in Taurus. Mars, the Sun, Austria, Trans-Pluto, and Black Moon Lilith. And you can see that there's a harmony triangle, Mars, Black Moon, and the Sun, at the apex of which is the Sun itself. That is where the positive energy is moving. There's also an angel wing. This is the tiniest of the planetary pictures. Here, the apex is the Austria Trans-Pluto. So you can actually break old embedded karma by either channeling information or dimension jump. Anyhow, jumping words, so to speak. There's also a tense platform. Platforms are similar to trapezes, except their sides are made by semi-sextiles. And whenever you see that, it's just easier. It's much easier you can step on a platform and you can perform whatever you want. And trapeze is the same function, but it's more like a stage. So it requires more effort to get on stage and give the performance you wish to do. This is like more like a soapbox speaker. I'm sure you know what it means. This is a tense trapeze between Hygeia, Austria, Trans-Pluto, Sun, and Mars. The inner energy is tense because there are two squares. Mars, Austria, Trans-Pluto. This is a mutable square. And Sun Hygeia, which is a fixed square. So it's actually, we want to put things in order, Hygeia, but actually it's not an easy task. And we would like to exercise our self-assertion by trying to break all embedded karma. But again, there's tension in it. So that's the tense platform. And there's also a karmic platform, which actually has a quincunx at its base, Hygeia and Black Moon Lilith. And the inner energy are two trines. So those are the flowing energies. And the top is what causes the tension. If you take a look at the transcendental celestial objects, the magenta is always asteroids, and they describe the personal karmic layers. Here we don't have any TNOs or centaurs. They are usually blue, but we will have another planetary picture where there are a couple of TNOs as far as I remember. And the red ones are fixed stars, and fixed stars are not part of the solar system. They are part of the universe. They describe worlds where the incarnating soul can go. Here on on Earth, we have a third dimensional physical body, but up there we don't need that on the higher dimensional planes. And we usually go there for two reasons. Number one, to heal from a difficult incarnation. Number two, to prepare for a difficult incarnation. This is how you should look at fixed stars, and not, by the way, not the way traditional astrology looks at them, because by definition, a star cannot bring any difficulties. It's such a crooked way to look at them. They are not part of the human existence. They're not part of the third dimension. They're not part of the earth energy. They are sky energies, universal energies. So they describe something totally, totally different. Okay, on the sun, you have Nestor and Altar. Nestor was a prophet, really, and he had a sect, a religious sect, which went back to the original teachings of Jesus Christ. So it was very much against the Judeo-Christian religion that was prevalent in Europe and also elsewhere. And of course, they were totally annihilated. So it means that I'm going back to the original ideas. And of course, nowadays, ideologies are totally against what is natural. And that's what's happening if you look at it. Al-Tarf is beta Cancer. Al-Tarf in the Arabic means the stare, or uh, the look, how you look at something. And this is the beta star, and beta stars in constellations usually describe the shadow energy of that particular uh, uh, constellation. And in this case, it simply is linked to insight. So whether or not you are willing to see things. On Mars, you have Eurydice, the spouse who dies, and then Orpheus tries to bring her back from the underworld and doesn't succeed, of course. Tutankhamun, who is the son of the big pharaoh Akhenaten, and of course he doesn't actually succeed too well. It describes the son who tries to follow the father but is unable to. So it's the futile energy. And then paradise, of course, is paradise. So that's on Mars. On Black Moon, you have zero, which usually means that we have to learn to create from nothingness. Sophia and Wisdom are, of course, both wisdom asteroids. And Sekhmet or Shakmet is an Egyptian goddess, the scorcher, who is a lion goddess. So it's a sun energy, it's a feminine sun energy. And Nodus 1 is Zeta Draco. I'm going to show you Zeta Draco. The whole constellation Draco is about how to create or protect treasures. Usually, the stars in the head are the ones who create, and the ones in the body, in these little curves, Thuban is the alpha star, for instance. The Nodus 1 and Nodus 2 are the ones who protect other any treasure that you may have. On Trans-Pluto at Astrea, we have Atlantis. Atlantis is more conjunct Astrea than Trans-Pluto. There's a little 1 degree or between them, but still, there's Atlantis there. And on Hygeia, there are 2 stars, Shartan and Meshartim, Beta and Gamma Aries. And here they are very, very close to each other. The beta stuff, the whole constellation Aries is about how you can learn to fight for yourself, for your loved ones, how you fight for your existence. Hamar describes your own pathway, and Sheraton, the beta star, usually shows the shadow energy of this. And then Meshartim, which is the gamma star, is a so-called era-creating star, and this is very prominent in the January 1st chart. If you go back to that, this year's civil year chart, and I think as far as I remember, the moon was there. So now every time there's something at 3-4 degrees Taurus, it is actually accessing that particular energy, and it's Hygeia. So it suggests that it's high time we put things in order in our own lives and in the world, and especially in Europe, because it's such a shame what our leaders are doing. There's also a mutable air engine in this particular chart, and I did not show it separately because it's easier there are not too many transcendental objects. I can tell you these. And yes, there is a TNO, which is in blue. So engines are very funny configurations because they have 3 distinctly different astrological aspect families: trine, square, and quincunx. They all belong to different aspect families. A trine provides harmony and blessings. A square provides energy and tension. That's what moves things around. And quincunxes are karmic. They describe karmic issues. So here you have all 3. And this is a mutable air engine because the square is a mutable square and the trine is in air signs. First of all, the Pluto Stagna trine is this year's main astrological, karmic astrological feature. The second one will be the Chiron Aries conjunction, which will be exact in August. Pluto is power and transformation, and Sedna is creation through dissection. So this particular one gives us the potential to recreate whatever is not working. So you can actually throw out the non-working segments of your life, and with the help of Pluto transformation, you can create out of the remaining bits and pieces something that is workable, feasible, and usable. And then Mercury, which just moved into Virgo, so it's at 0 degrees Virgo, which provides the insight and the communication and the knowledge for all this. So as far as the transcendental celestial objects go, on Pluto you have Plato, the philosopher. On Mercury you have Niobe and Sphinx. Niobe describes grief, unconsolable loss, and Sphinx describes secrets. And on Saturday you have Pax, peace, more somnus, which is very, very prominent, a prominent TNO during the pandemic, and now it's again prominent. And you just wait until they concoct something really ugly and nasty, and probably triggered for the election, the American election. And then, of course, the Pleiades, which is the home of the creator goddess. So this is the Mars Sun sextile energy. Utilize it well in your own life. With Hygeia, you can put things in order. With Mars, you can actually exercise your will. With the Sun, which is in its own sign in Leo, you can shine. And with Astrea Pluto, you can uncover anything that was stalling you, hindering you, and you can actually transform it by breaking old embedded karmic patterns. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.